what you said to me. When you kiss me, I know you. I tried and I tried to get over you. Somebody break your heart. What you said to me. And we were always down, we were getting faded. So truth be told, I was down either way. So if you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. 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 Every time. It's me and it's you. I've been trying to hide the way I feel for you. Eventually, and we were always every time. It's me and it's you. I've been trying to hide. If you let the way I feel for you, eventually. If you let it be, it'll be every time. Eventually, it's me and it's you. Any day can't come. I've been trying to hide. If you let the way I feel for you. I tried and I tried to get over you. Gave you my heart and my mind. Can't separate the two. And we were always down when we were getting faded. But truth be told, I was down either way. But if you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. 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 Every time. It's me and it's you. I've been trying to hide the way I feel for you. And we were always down whenever we were faded. But truth be told, I was down for you, baby. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. 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 Any day can't come soon enough. I see one big future with the two of us. I'm trying to tie it all in, yeah, I'm suiting up. I know we've been a little tense, gotta loosen up. I got one big bottle, I got 2 cups. Now let's have a conversation, keep it true enough. And when did it become about keeping the score? When did it become who needs who more? I don't really get everything I'm trying to say. Say it's eventually, but it could be today. Keep it with me here, you don't gotta tell me now. Eventually could be the day if you like the sound like. And when I thought I had it right, I had it wrong. Combining all my thoughts on these lonely nights alone. Sex in the city while you're sipping on Patron. Kissing on your neck while you're taking off your clothes. Taking off your clothes, taking off your clothes. Let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. If you let it be, it'll be eventually. 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 Still in the house, yeah. Big C in the house, yeah. Alex on the side, Alex on the side. We about to get it sometime, I know. Eventually, yeah.
And we are here. We're back. Gang in the motherfucking building. This is your homegirl Ivy. This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone. It is another mischievous Tuesday here at DTF Radio. It is cold as fuck outside. Don't ask me how much the degrees, because frankly we don't care. But we all hope you're lighting up right now. You're eating your wings. And you're feeling good about life right now. Before I get to introduce my very, very motherfucking special guest, because I've been waiting for this since May. Was it May?
Yeah, I want to say May, like May, June.
May, June.
I want to say it was May, yeah.
So before I introduce my guest, because I've been waiting for since May, June, I need to give motherfucking Ray Pearson his props. You know why this fool was sent to me, but he just won the ultimate brownie points. And get the punny?
By adding the brownie.
Because of a triple trunk chocolate brownie! Oh man, I'm dead. Thank you, Ray. I really hope you caught it by now. If not, you're gonna enjoy the recap. But I'm very blessed. I'm honored. I've been in correspondence with this young lady for a long time. You know, I met her through Silva. Shout out to Silva. Yo, it got to the point where I would call them Silva and Cilla and Cilla because the name sounds the same. But she's a dope artist. She's very down to earth. She's very, she understands what the hell is going on, and she's not afraid to tell this to all of you guys. You caught her on the Tri-State Top 10. You caught her on Rawrrzone back in the summer. So need no other formal introduction, but coming to the studio ring, the one, the only, the motherfucking Cilla herself. Woo!
What's up, Ivy? What's going on? Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Ray, yes, I did get the food, and I just praised you because you got brownie points for the brownie points.
Thanks for my brownie.
Brownie for the brownie. Yo, so this episode is sponsored by Ray Pearson because I'm no longer hangry. How are you today?
I'm doing so good. I'm even better that I'm here. You already know. I told you how excited I was to come to the studio. So I'm good.
Yo, it's your first. Yo, so I learned that it is Cilla's first ever live radio interview. Yo, that melts a Snorlax's heart when you find out you're the first. Yo, and I'm saying in a non-pause way because I don't want to die.
What happened?
Nah, I'm saying I'm the first, but not in a bad way.
No, Liza will be like, what? No, literally, it couldn't have been. I wouldn't have wanted to have anyone else be my first live radio.
radio interview. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to come today and for having this experience. Like, just coming in here is a vibe.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Can you guys hear her now?
Can you guys hear me good?
Can you guys hear her now? Come closer to the mic, love.
How about now?
I need someone from the peanut gallery. Yay or nay?
Yay or nay me?
If you don't know, but now you know, you can follow us everywhere at Rawrzone NYC. You can follow the gang at DTF Radio at DTF Radio. Shout out to our sponsors at Talent Wave. And of course, don't forget to follow the team at Ivy Productions. I am Ivy.xo_ the other day. Live Johnson, and of course, Michael Bostic, the Heel Classic. I am told you are good now.
Perfect.
Woohoo.
Perfect.
So, we've spoken about a lot of things together. For me, it felt like you've already been established. And I say that because the way you've carried yourself as an artist, it's very different from people that I've seen. Okay, yeah, we got a whole, she's clear.
Perfect.
So
thank you guys.
So I got the comments here too. So for you, because I see how you interact, like even on Loom, like you first of all, you got so many eyes on you on Loom. It's crazy. First of all, if you're not on Loom, I don't know what y'all waiting for.
Y'all missing out. Y'all missing out on the biggest tool you could possibly have as an artist. Connecting with your fans. It's wild. It's amazing.
So this is how we do it though, love. We talk about how awesome you are. Tell us now, like, that we're officially here. How did you really start your journey?
In music?
Yes.
So I want to say it really started when I was maybe like 8 or 9 years old. I would just be singing all different types of music while I was like, showering or cleaning, kind of like Cinderella almost. And my mom and my dad kind of like heard and caught on and were just like, you actually like, have a little voice there. And I told them that I wanted to sing something for my uncle's wedding. And I was like really young, like 8, 9. And my dad's like, all right, like we're going to make that happen. And so I performed Hero by Mariah Carey. That was like my statement like song when I was younger, and loved it so much. And it holds a special place in my heart with a connection to my grandfather as well. So I did that. And at the end, everybody was like crying. So I'm like not crying, but like tearing up. And I was like, damn, am I that bad? Like everybody, they're here that I suck. And my dad was like, no, like you actually sound really good. And that's like why, like they felt it. And so I was like, oh, but it's my family, they're supposed to, feel that way. And so then again, maybe like 2 years later, I wanted to sing something for my mom tells me like, hey, can you sing something for your sister, Sweet 16? So I was like, yeah, sure. So again, sing Hero by Mariah Carey. She was my hero too. And and again, the same reaction. So fast forward, I go to a performing arts high school, got accepted. And that was really like what kind of told me like, okay, it's not just your family telling you like on some American Idol shit where you think that you can, sing and you can't. And from there, I was able to do like a lot of vocal training, strengthen my voice, learn how to breathe, and really, put my voice to use in like the safest way. And from there, I just fell in love like with music and all types of music, because we learned classical, Gregorian chants, Italian arias. So, from A to Z, I just fell in love, and performing has always been something that I really, really love. So I guess that's kind of like where it all began.
So the lovely Ray Pearson wanted me to read it in his words. She's Boricua.
Bori, pa que tú lo sepa. Ay.
So you sing in Spanish too?
I do.
Oh, Raymond, I've made a connection, sir. So you and I gotta talk after this. I'm pretty sure he put the banderas here.
Hey, the banderas,
but,
Puerto Rico.
First of all, y'all gotta stop having such amazing food.
It's just, it's in us,
Puerto Rico is dangerous, right? Their food's amazing, the women's beautiful, and the people are so talented. That is 3 threats to the world. I'm just saying.
Right. That's my island.
I mean, do you feel like your culture ever made a impact into your music?
For sure. I mean, when I learned Spanish, it was because I like around that same age, around like 8, my mom started to send me and my brother away for summer to Puerto Rico every summer from like the day after school finished till like 2 days before school started. We were out there and it was different. Like we had things that like were so simple. Like I remember like name belts were like a thing, right? It was a little trend. And I remember going over there with my little name belt and everybody going crazy over it. I remember like having a sidekick too, like the sidekick phone that used to be popping and that too, like everything was just like glorified to them. And that made me feel like humble. Like it made me feel more humble, and it kind of never had me feeling like we were better than anybody, and that these kids like wanted to connect with us so badly that they would learn English, and we wanted to connect with them so badly that we learned Spanish. And for the first maybe 2 years, like I would communicate with them by just saying like words like "tú quieres play basketball," like on some like real Puerto Rican Spanglish. And so my grandma was out there, my cousin Katia, and I feel like that whole culture just, definitely influenced me.
There's another Katia in the world?
Mm-hmm.
One of my best friends in my sorority sister's name is Katia, but I always thought that was just a shorter version of my name, like a Caterini, but she's Portuguese.
Uh-huh.
So when you said that, I'm like, wait, there's more.
Yeah. And it's so funny because in English, it's like Katia, like where you would like hear the K like super hard.
But it sounds Russian after a while.
Like Katia. But then you have her and it's like Katia Liz. So it's like kind of has like a little Spanish ring to it. I feel like a lot of Spanish people love to add that LIS at the end of the names, which is so funny.
But it's like Greeks when they go in, they say like, so you know how we always have the long last names, right? Like I'm probably about to give into every goddamn stereotype that is about my fucking culture, right? But you have like the long names, like so if you're from my part of like Greece, your last names and either from my mom's side end in Atos, like, and then my dad's last name end in IS. And it's just like then you have people that have like ta 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 la 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 la.
I have a good friend named John, and his last name is Papagenopoulos.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's always been a name that I love saying. And then I'm trying to think Papagenopoulos. So we used to call him John Papa. But I love like we growing up in Astoria. That's like I feel like every type of culture was like just there, like you have all different types, and then going to Puerto Rico was like a whole other. So half the year I'm like influenced by like the culture of Astoria, and then those 2 months that I'd be away would be strictly like Puerto Rico.
And you have the studio now in Astoria, right?
Yes, we do. We got the recording studio hopefully opening up at the end of the month. It's gonna be called Simply Recording. So we're really excited about that. We have a little venue space and a photography spot.
Oh, you trying? All right. Okay, we got more places to go to.
You know.
Even though, we got our own, but I'll come over there.
We just got to switch it up. We come here, you come there.
I'm still waiting for you to shoot with me.
You let me know, girl. I'm here.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
We gonna work.
God, I keep waiting. So, quarantine, obviously, it did bring us together. It introduced us, which is freaking great. But quarantine obviously changed a lot for everyone. The COVID virus changed a lot for everyone.
For sure.
When we had first interviewed with you, you still were talking about getting yourself out there in quarantine time. How do you feel you've adapted over the last year, if we're going to say, because now we're almost reaching the 1 year mark of, because like the first cases have been reported supposedly around this time.
Word. Yeah. And for me, looking back, there was definitely a lot of growth and a lot of changing. I think last year was like a big deal of like, are you going to be complacent and kind of let this kind of overtake you and make you lose a year? Or are you going to think outside of the box, and are you going to do things differently and kind of, like you said, adapt to the new environment of COVID. And so I think for me personally, I loved how intimate, like I felt like things were more intimate during this quarantine. So people that I was able to interview with, it was super dope, because I don't know if I maybe would have had the opportunity to really have their attention, in that way, because everybody was looking to do something outside of the box. So that was really cool. And then, as you mentioned earlier, Loom kind of found its way into my life, and that was just a huge game changer for me. Like I said earlier, being able to connect with people who support your music in a way that is just undescribable, honestly. Like, I think a lot of the time when we talk about Loom, we're at loss for words sometimes, because there's just so much talent on the app, so much love and support. And then
Yeah, and that's not what you get in New York.
you don't get that in New York. You don't get that on any other social platform. Like, I have people that follow me, on Instagram, and I think that with Instagram, there's a lot of different types of things that people follow, and things that people, post, and what they like and what they don't like as far as your audience. And so with Loom, at least, you're going on and you are, it's strictly music. It's strictly talking about your craft. It's talking about the behind the scenes. It's talking about everything that, the people who love your music want to know about you. And I never felt that before. And I never was able to connect with so many different artists and so many different people from across the country. So to have an app that made everything so seamless, on top of being able to pay the artist, was just really crazy. Like, last year, Loom definitely helped me get some groceries. So everybody who has like gifted me on that app, I just want to take a second to say thank you so much. If you guys are tuning in, honestly, it has changed my life. And I'm really, really grateful, and I'm really excited to see where it goes.
I'm very excited to see what happens with Loom now that they opened the part for the producers.
Yes. So the exchange.
Do you think maybe Cilla will get into her little producing bag at all?
I want to learn. I definitely, as far as like writing music and listening to beats, like someone can tell me something a cappella and they'll give me their idea, and I can go and source a beat that would go perfectly with what they, like to mesh, and then really kind of produce it from there. Not so much engineering, but the producing part I would love to do. So I really hope that I get the opportunity, to do that on the exchange for people. So not only a feature, but also to be able to creative produce and creative direct like music and even like videos and stuff like that.
As an artist, how do you feel, like, what do you feel is the most important part about honing your craft?
Owning it?
Like, taking control of it.
I think it's super important. It's like, it's weird because you have to kind of have this like in the middle space. There's people who, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Crystal Poppins' manager, DS Jr., great example. He is, someone who he learned all the hats so that he could manage. And I feel like as an independent artist, you have to do that same thing to kind of manage yourself until you create that team that is there to support all those other pieces that you don't have to worry about now as much. But I feel like you still have to have your hand in it. Like, you can't just let go, but because you want it to still be you, and want it to create and always have the message that you want to personally have and give to the world. So I think that there's a fine line of like when you become, to a certain point in your career where you have to kind of give those things like away to someone, because you won't be able to focus on your craft. And I think that that's what I'm excited about, for this next year and continuing on this journey, is just being able to focus more on the music and not have to worry too much about like everything else. But until then, I will be learning and continuing to have that control.
Yeah, because I always feel like we always talk about getting on a label, getting on this, getting on that, having other people run things for us. And I've been having these conversations, especially with people in the music industry, where some artists that don't do the work, they request managers, they request this, they request that, but they're not putting out shit in reality, right? Then there's artists like you, like Ray, that's busting their butt all the time for many years. People try to play them, people this, people that. And then at the end of the day, it's better to get somebody that really fucks with you.
For sure.
You know, I want to say call him a PR, call him a manager, but you still got like, you also have to sit there and also work through the whole thing on your own, because people think they're essentially the same thing. You know, if you want a manager to put you more bookings, then meaning more shows, like technically an artist is supposed to find their own shows, own this, own that. The manager is supposed to make sure that the business side that you do is all on point. And then the PR that you have is supposed to just get you the publicity. But at the same time, it's also better just for the artist to take their own control of it at the same time, because you don't know, sometimes you don't want that particular media, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. And I think a lot of the time people have this misconception of, you know, getting a deal. At the end of the day, a record label's not going to sign you if you didn't do the work, if you're not doing the work. They ultimately need to see that 75 to 80% of the work is already done. And they're just giving you money to help amplify what you're doing. And that's really it. I mean, along with the name and the exposure, obviously, but I think that if you can learn from like an artist like Russ, you know, like he's constantly dropping gems and always, you know, letting us artists know, like, you know, how we can financially make it ourselves.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, you know, bring up Chance too, but I think that he also had like a lot of, and even Russ, I know probably had some money saved to back himself up, because ultimately that's what you need to do. Like the money is important, and it's very few and in between that, you know, someone finds you off of, YouTube or something like that, or social media. Yeah, they might like you, but if you don't have the following, they're going to be like, all right, I'm going to come back to this person when, you know, maybe in 2 years from now, when they're popping off. And at that point, it's like, do you really want to work with people who are just working with you now because you built the following and you've done the work? Or do you want to make the right decisions as an artist and put that manager hat on yourself and say, all right, instead of me putting my music on Spotify and Apple Music and all of these places, am I going to create my own website and sell my music personally off my own website, so that nobody is, they're buying my music now, and it's a direct transaction to the artist, instead of it being, you know, this middleman that's taking so much of a percentage of what we get, you know, streams. I think this year has maybe been like the year of like of the unveiling of like everybody kind of understanding what the artist goes through, even though it's been happening for years. So it's just, you got to decide, you know, which path you want to go on. And I don't want to say that one is easier than the other, but I think that there's definitely more control creatively. There's more control financially when you just hit the books, put your head down and know that you got it, you know?
Tell me about Pretty Penny.
Petty Penny?
Petty Penny. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Petty Penny. Oh, man. That song is obviously, you already know, a little drama filled, but you got to have those tracks. You know, for me personally, as an Aquarius, shout out to Aquarius season starting tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Aquarius season.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That means my mom's birthday is coming up.
Hey, that means that she's amazing because she's an Aquarius.
I mean, she's amazing because she's my mom, but... and I know she's listening to this, but she's just amazing because she's my mom.
Is she a February Aquarius or is she January Aquarius?
February Aquarius.
Yeah, I feel like February Aquarius like a little different than January, but it might be because we're closer to the Capricorns.
Are you a January Aquarius?
Yeah, and the 27th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so you're the day before my cousin.
And yes, and then I always loved that my like Alicia Keys' birthday was like 2 days before mine, so I used to be like, yes,
that's day though.
We're soulmates. Yeah, sorry babe if you're listening, but Alicia Keys will always have a small part of my heart.
I mean, I think Alicia Keys is gonna have a small part of everyone's heart at this point.
I would love to meet her. That's like dream collaboration right there.
Oh my God, I just pictured it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because you just pictured it.
Wow. All right, so if this ever happens, it was said here first.
Yes. But we were talking about Petty Penny, right?
Petty Penny.
Yes, I got off track. Alicia, I'm sorry. So Yeah, so Petty Penny was basically, so as I was saying, like as an Aquarius, I personally can't get over something unless I've written about it. Like if I go through a situation, I feel like my emotions are bottled up until I let it out. And then for me, letting it out is obviously having a, like I never leave situations like in a way where it's like I'm not going to talk to you. Like it's more of like we're going to talk when I'm like cooled off and ready, because I don't like having heated conversations. But going back, it's about an ex of mine who was, talking a lot of shit online, specifically on Twitter. And she was just saying some hurtful ass shit and some wild shit, like, talking about my family and all of this stuff, and trying to build some type of wedge between me and my girlfriend, which, ultimately didn't work because me and her have like super transparent relationship and super healthy relationship, something that, me and my ex didn't have. Or
Yeah.
And so she was just being super petty herself and trying to air things out on Twitter that didn't need to be said. And so I didn't answer her really. Like I gave her like my 2 cents, and then after she just continued and I stopped, because again, I'm not that type of person to keep it going. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna be silent and then I'm gonna write. And so I started writing, and Petty Penny was born.
So, my love, for the first time here, please introduce Petty Penny for us.
We are here at the Rawrrzone, and you're listening to Petty Penny by Cilla.
Woohoo!
I fuck with this one. Can you turn the volume up a little bit? Talk your shit. I'ma talk mine. Knick-knack, paddywhack, get that bitch a bone. Talking on your shit cause you really all alone. Acting all big but hide behind the phone. Catch me in the street, I hope you keep that same energy. When you face to face with the enemy, you the one who lost cause you really had a friend in me. I'm here to lock her up cause she all washed up cause daddy gave her up. Who's exposed now? 10 dudes gave you up, but who's the hoe now? Your Twitter won't stop, so music's all loud. So cut that bully shit, because you full of shit. And no one cares about you now. How you sound, so keep my name out your mouth and we're good. Keep my name out your mouth and we're good. Keep my name out your mouth, you know we're good. Want you to feel it, want you to hear me, girl. Keep my name out your mouth and we're good. Keep my name out your mouth and we're good. Keep my name out your mouth and we're good. Want you to feel it, want you to hear me, girl. I keep telling her, who is this you trying to be? Running your mouth for the views, making fun of me. I may not be there yet, but I still chase my dreams. You mad that you copped out early, what's that gotta do with me? Keep away with all that negativity. Life's too short, trying to keep it drama free. I tell you once, cause I ain't your little friend. Listen close, cause I won't say this again. Sit on your high horse, I put you on a pedestal. You really ain't worth all the credit people giving you. Once upon a time when you were mine, lost your heart and mind, but I can't get them back for you. Started feeling bad about the things you were going through, but then you got me mad, so the only thing for you to do is cut that bully shit, because you full of shit. What's it gonna take for you to I'm always good. Keep my name out your mouth and we're good. You know I want you to give me just so we can keep the peace. I want you to give me. Keep my name out your mouth. Do you like? Get it? Do you understand? Is this thing on? You know they say, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, because Petty Penny might come out and snatch you.
And we are back. This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone. My name is Katie, Ivy, whatever I am on whatever Tuesday this is. I have lost track of my time. We're still here with Cilla, but let's check out everyone on the check-in. If you are on our YouTube, please subscribe to us at Rawrrzone NYC. We like the people that subscribe. Click the subscribe, click the little bell. We put dope content. Support the independent, support the creative. We appreciate y'all. Let me give these people their motherfucking flowers that are here right now. So like I said, we got Boricua Nation Ray Pearson in the motherfucking building. Yes, we do.
Body, body, body.
Buddy, buddy, buddy. We got Alyssa Reyes in the building saying that
Eliza.
Cilla's capturing attention.
Ew.
And we got Chara Love for you too.
Shout out to Chara Love, man. If you guys check out her music, she's an amazing artist. We met on Loom. She's phenomenal. Thank you for tuning in, Chara.
Yeah, she said this is awesome.
Chara.
We got Alyssa Reyes with the funnies. We got the flames. We got DJ JD in the motherfucking building, saying the studio looks dope. Thank you, sir. God bless you. But we here with the unforgettable. She gonna have a track with Alicia Keys very soon. Type of artist, Cilla.
Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say every time. Manifest it until it happens.
Yo, manifest that shit till it motherfucking happens.
All 2021 and forever.
Ooh. But if you had to put your music under one type of genre that of your own, so it can't be R&B, it can't be soul, can't be neo soul or whatever you want to call it. Has to be its own individual entity. What would you call it?
I always like to describe my music just like as a vibe. So I
Mhm.
would say if I could, that would be the genre, like a vibe. Like it would be just something that if you're smoking, if you're driving, if you're in your fields, if you're washing your dishes, like no matter what, like when you just want to listen to some good music, that you can tune in, and that would be like what the vibe would be. Just always a vibe, no matter what it is or what you're doing.
So I'm asking a really hard question, and I'm saying this in the sense, because it is a sensitive topic, right? I volunteer for a group called the Color Collective, and what their initiative is, where they provide a musical platform for LGBTQ and people of color. So I see how people are struggling in the current, like how people were struggling in the current climate, especially, if you were of LGBTQ or you were a person of color, it would always be a little harder for you to make it in certain industries. How do you feel as an artist, and especially how everything is kind of taken a different turn with the world? How do you feel it to be an artist navigating through these times?
I,
Um,
I mean, it's definitely, I mean, I can't say that I've ever not been given an opportunity because I'm a part of the LGBTQIA community. It's never really been something that was like a huge, like, I don't know. I don't want to say like a huge, like I've never had really like any difficulties. I feel like with people, the only time they want to bring that up is when there's like some type of drama that they want to start, or if they want to, be negative and comment something. Like I think one time I had gotten a comment on a picture, and it was like saying something about me being gay, and I winded up turning it into, again, a track because I felt the way. And for me, that's really the only time when stuff like that comes out. I feel like we, as much as I want to say that we're in a different place in the world, like yesterday being Martin Luther King Day, there was so many people, saying that, reading and listening to his quotes and stuff like that, and just looking back into the past, that it doesn't seem like it's so different from what we're living right now. But at the end of the day, you have to look at too, like, we're going to continue this fight until everything is equal, like every single thing. But we also have to look back and take those wins, like the fact that, like, the segregation as far as like buses and schools and all of those things, like we our ancestors did that, and we can't say that that's not change, and so I have a hope for the world that if we continue to stick together and we continue to show people that not even that we're the majority, but that they can't bring us down and they can't stop us from making sure that that vision comes to life, whether that be 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it is. Our children will continue to fight for that vision because of the kids that we're going to have, you know. So, and the generation that we're going to create and the generation that we are. So if I'm like, I definitely sidetracked in that question, but I want to say that it definitely, fortunately for me, hasn't really been something that has affected my career in a negative way. I think if anything, people just want you to kind of play that up, and that's not something that I even like to do. Like,
So you feel like they over commercialize it sometimes?
sometimes, yeah, I do believe that in some positions that people, you know, want to try to amplify the fact that they are, you know, part of that community, just to not it's more of like the LGBT, like, that I'm talking about. But I do believe that they will say, like, try to throw it in there as something of like, not a struggle but just a part of them that, I don't know. I just feel like it's like someone straight just saying that they're straight. You know, like, what does it matter what my preference is? If you're listening to my music, that's what it should be about. If you like, you know, who I am as an artist, I would hope that it's not just because I'm gay that you like follow me. And if you connect with my maybe coming out story, or if you connect with um, you know, my style, or being, you know,
I mean, you
just
do got a nice style though.
thank you.
Let's talk about that. Woo!
Hey,
Y'all see
thank
her
you.
flyer though? Woo! Excuse me. Who?
Got him. But yeah, I think style wise, like, I always, you know, when I was younger, if you see pictures of me, I had on, like, you know, had a more feminine style, but it was a lot of the time me wanting to make my family feel good and comfortable. You know, I personally didn't like tell my mom. It happened in like a crazy way of like me coming out. But after my parents and my close family knew, I didn't care about anybody else. I was like, well, the band-aid has been ripped off, and now I could actually be myself. Like, I cut my hair when I like was 17, and ever since then it's been short, and I started just like, you know, wearing clothes that felt more like me.
I
And
mean, I saw your hair long the first time we met.
mm,
It was a little long.
I mean, it's like not short, but like not long. Like,
No, but it was like short. But I still saw it longer than how you had it today.
no, I haven't had long hair, and like, the last time I had long hair was for my prom, I want to say.
I
And
gotta
that was
double
like a
check this
long
now.
time
We gotta
ago.
go back in the archives after this. I don't know.
Maybe what I had on, like a hat or something, maybe it made it look like I had long hair.
Maybe.
But I chopped it off, and I was just like, I'm doing this. Like, my dad's side of the family is super religious, and I was a little worried about, you know, what they would think. And like I said, after my mom and everybody was just like super accepting, and was just like, we love you for who you are, I was just like, oh, perfect, this is great. Now, like I said, I can literally be me, and rock what I want to rock, and not really care what anybody else has to say. It's like, I'm happy, and you have to just go after what makes you happy. At the You come into this world alone, and you unfortunately leave it alone, and the only thing you have left at the end of your life is the amount of happiness and memories you were able to create. And how can you create happy, genuine memories if you're trying to be somebody that you're not? So I was glad that I was able to be myself so early, and to be accepted in my family the way that I am. I'm really grateful for that.
Okay. I'm glad, to hear that, because there's a lot of people in the industry that it's been hard to break in. Like if we even see just in the past, like through television, through everything. And that's why I applaud you so much. And I hope you didn't take my question into any offense.
No, no, never. I mean,
You
come
know,
on, girl. You
well,
be bringing the realness to the real.
this is the raw zone.
That's
But,
it.
we've seen so many like Hollywood actors, if we really go back into history, that couldn't admit they were gay because it would lose their status. Like, I really respect, now, do I always feel like today's music is like all that? Mm, but I am happy for artists like Lil Nas X,
Yes. So
who
good.
who came out, and got such a wide reception for that, you know.
And you know what's crazy? I think the spin on this question is like the gender part of it, right? I think as a woman being a lesbian, like, it's it's still harder for men to come out to be gay, and you see that in the basketball world, like in the athlete world in general.
Yeah.
Where I do believe that, there's more than the couple of people that have came out, because they are scared of what their teammates are going to feel about them. I feel like with guys, because of the masculinity, they feel, I don't know, it's harder for them to accept in a way. And it might be because of, personal feelings of themselves. I always think that it's like an insecurity thing. But I feel like if you're a secure man and you're like a genuine person, you're not going to care, like, what somebody else is doing on their own time or who somebody else is loving, as long as they're happy. So I do think, like I said, the spin to your question might be that men in the industry, I definitely can relate to that, like being a little bit harder.
But you wouldn't sing like in your genre, right? Because you have a voice of an angel, right?
Thank you.
But you got swagger. You got that swagger, right? So sometimes don't you worry your voice, doesn't match like the swaggerlicious? Like
The swagalicious, I love that. I mean, I think that's my favorite part about it. Like, it kind of catches everybody off guard, and I think one of the funniest things is going to karaoke, and no one really paying attention, because they're just like, okay, who's this little lesbian who's gonna come up here and sing? And they're over here probably thinking I'm gonna rap or some shit. And then I come out and hit some Mariah notes, and they're like, what? Like, my favorite part of karaoke is everybody talking and then it going silent, and everybody's just like, what? Who is that? And it not being something that they were expecting or looking for. So I like the fact that my voice doesn't match like how I look, but I also think that it's gonna be the thing that, if when they hear me, it's just, I don't know, might be its own thing, kind of like the internet. I think that
you're just
they're,
in your own world.
yeah.
I like that because you don't give two shits.
Yeah, personally, like, I feel like I'm trying my hardest um this year to not care as much. Like, I can't sit here and say that I don't care what people think about me and stuff, because that's why, I get emotional and stuff like that, because I feel like I'm such a genuine
Is that
supportive
also an
person.
Aquarius thing?
I think so, for
Okay.
sure. But yeah, I this year I'm trying my best to not care what anybody thinks, to be in my own lane, to not be trying to run anybody else's marathon, to move at my pace and not anybody else's pace, or to compare myself with any other artist. Because I think as an artist right now, it's super hard. We're still in this kind of half quarantine, and it's a lot less social interaction, so all you do have is your phone, really, to connect with the world. And seeing that, and seeing other artists, just getting their stuff done, and really pushing and growing. But then you have to think to yourself, how much are they putting in? How much work have they put in? How many years have they put in that people don't see? And I think that that's the part of behind the scenes that I'd like for artists to do more. And that's what I really like about Loom too, is that I'm able to see the hustle. You're able to literally watch somebody's journey and have them connect to the things that you're feeling as an upcoming artist, and knowing that they had to go through those same feelings, those same no's, those same failures, all to get to where they are now. So you can't really, honestly, like, perception is a huge thing that I think, people get lost in. So just stay true to yourself, and for me, like I said, I'm just trying to do my own thing, and get to where I'm going my way.
So we gonna before we play New Love, right? Because then we're gonna go into the music break. I need you put this out at a time where the world just pretty much said holy fuck. Um and I say that in a way because this year not only did we have the coronavirus, but we had the weirdest election on the face of the motherfucking earth, everyone.
Seriously.
Um the last time we saw the votes fluctuate the way it did with George Bush versus Al Gore, and I believe that was in what 2000.
Yeah.
Like I was fucking 7 years old. So to see it now, and like you read it differently as a in school, but now to see it and then to see it with Satan number 45,
Right.
um, which once again, I still say, how the fuck did this man become president and actually made it through a whole 4 years without getting fully impeached? You
Right.
got impeached twice,
He definitely has things on people.
but
Like
you
they're
couldn't
scared of
get
him.
like you did not impeach him for the first like
Right.
like you couldn't just get through it the first time.
But you know what's crazy? Like I feel like we had to go through this. The world had to go through having the worst stale Cheeto as a president to really come together and see like where we are, because before that we had Obama, right? And Obama brought this new hope, right? This new love almost like
There
to,
was a new hope, but Obama did have his flaws too.
of course,
Okay.
every president's going to have their flaws, but I think that it was our first black president, which was a huge thing, right? And a huge success, a huge win for the world, and to show like we can do it if we all come together. That's the whole thing about all of these. We the people do control what goes on for the most part. You just got to show up, and not enough people are doing that. So
Yeah.
coming from that and then seeing this, like I thought we were in another place. I thought the world was in a better place, and having him come in as president, I think helped show us that there's a lot more work that we need to happen, and we can't ever be complacent. We can't ever stop. It's something that it's a marathon, like Nipsey says. Like it's literally continuing to push, because if the minute we stop pushing, that's when the other side comes in. That's when the hate floods in. That's when people, when you're caught off guard. So I think that that's really how this whole mess happened. And I'm glad we wrote this song, Trevo Productions, Bryce Valet, myself. We came together, and Trevo had the idea of putting something out that was inspirational for everyone to be able to connect with, and for us to be able to kind of say our part, in what how we feel about what's going on, and the birth of a new love that we want to see in the world. Hopefully, I know that this next chapter, this next couple of years is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be perfect, but I'm hoping that a new love does come from this, something that we've never experienced, and something that we can see that
So,
can happen.
do you think it is a possibility with Biden and Kamala Harris being inaugurated tomorrow? Do you think, especially now after what happened with the Capitol, and the riot? Well, I don't want to call it a riot, but the incident at the Capitol.
Right.
Because we already saw like a lot of divide, even that caused, and first of all, that disgusted me,
Hmm.
you know.
I think that we had to see who, again, we had to see who was who and what's really going on, and to understand that, again, there's just like there has to be, there's more fight, there's more fight to continue to push. I am, like, worried a little bit, about tomorrow, because I know that anything can happen, and anything can happen, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day or the following day. Like, you never really know. Anything can happen any day, but I pray that tomorrow goes successfully, and that Biden and Kamala are able to come into the president's, into the presidency and the vice presidency, with respect, because that's what, no matter what, they gave Trump. When he came, Obama and Michelle welcomed him in. Him and Melania. I don't even ever know how to say his wife's name.
First of all, we know that ain't
Melania,
happening.
Melania, Malunia, Petunia. I
So
don't even know.
you want to hear a funny scenario? And I've been saying, so this is conspiracy theory number like a million and something. If you hang out with me, we come up with the weirdest scenarios that could possibly happen in the fucking world, right? So peep this: inauguration 2021 tomorrow. Okay. Trump got to go on Air Force One. Melania's walking out by herself. All you see is the Secret Service um dragging Donald Trump through the
The
White House
halls.
lawn until he starts talking, and they hit him with a train gun
Yo, I cannot.
and throw him into Air Force One and say good riddance.
Good riddance. Now I literally, I just hope that he doesn't stir up any more drama than he's already caused. I think that the people that I don't feel bad for, the people that got caught doing what they did, I just feel like they thought that he was really going to have their back. Like he was going to be like, nope, none of these people are going to jail and you're going to get a pardon. You're going to get a pardon. And it's just like,
oh, you mean like Oprah? You get a book. You get a book. You all get a book.
Yeah, you all get a pardon. But I hope that this opens up some of their eyes maybe to see, like, you know, that they were kind of following him blindly. But then some of them, I mean, a lot of them are all like Dike patriots, which I never understand what that word even really means, because you want to like, it's just, I don't know.
Man, that's a whole new.
All right, a whole other.
That's a whole other topic if we're gonna talk about patriotism. But we're gonna go into this music break. We're gonna have Cilla introduce New Love, but after that, we're gonna get into that Young Panera Bread 0830 deposits from Jamel Dion and a whole bunch of music that we're gonna tell you about afterwards. But without further ado, could you please introduce this lovely song for us?
Yes, this is Cilla, and you are listening to New Love by Trayville Productions, Bryce Valet, and myself.
Enjoy the music break, guys.
Let's go.
Clean breeze, brushing my face as the wind sings through the trees. I hear it coming, I see it coming, I feel it coming. Lovely, when I see blue, I'm cool, cause I finally can breathe. I hear it coming, I see it coming, I feel it coming. See me, see us, see all love, laughter. No matter the tone, we'll leave this one. We stand, we fight, one land, one life, alive to love, not just to survive. Oh, love, do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? We can make it there if you only believe it. New love, do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? That day is here, cause I believe it.
New York change where our children get to breathe. They get to be themselves, living in a world that's meant to be everything that they dreamt of, where love is love and no one's lost. No need to fear, baby. Rely on trust, be enough. Together we can make it. World's worth protest, no time to wait. Let our generation help to demonstrate. We speak love, we speak no hate. The only thing we really want is new love. Do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? We can make it there if only you believe it. New love. Do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? That day is here because I believe it. How we gonna help the kids?
How we gonna help the kids?
Sending mixed messages. Give them all we've got to give. That's all they're trying to do is live.
How you gonna help the kids?
How you gonna help the kids? Sending mixed messages.
Show us what you gotta give.
That's why it's so
all we're trying to do is live with love. Do you hear it?
Do you see it?
Do you feel it?
We can make it there if you only believe it. New love, do you hear it?
Do you see it? Do you feel it?
The day is here because I believe it.
Hey yo, Hey yo, I woke up with my car being out of sight. The class of towing took the shit when it was money night. 195 just so I could get my Civic back. Bitch, I'd rather go rob the place. Touching my shit, but they never had to pay. Fucking down my pockets, the flow is hyperbolic, but that doesn't change the fact that roaches crawling in my garments. Living in apartments that's surrounded by the varmint. Talking rats, crews, and possums, you can hear them through the walls. Why I wanna go and reach the fame? Maybe then all the cloud will help me numb the pain. Sick and tired, having a 10 following my name. I just wanna wake up to a different day. Why I say screaming, nigga, that's tough, but I keep my head high, cause I know this minor setbacks only pushing my drive. Made a lot of mistakes, but I always will try. Put my family in luxury before my demise, motherfucker. Why I say screaming, nigga, that's tough, but I keep my head high, cause I know this minor setbacks only pushing my drive. I'm only 20 and I'm feeling like my life is ended. It's probably depression or obsession with the fact I see death as a coping mechanism, just to help me go forget that I've been fucked in the beginning. Damn. Hey yo, my mother told me something when I got myself apart from her. Told me in the morning she was talking to an officer to go and check again. The suspicion that she witnessed, but the cop ain't wanna listen. They just went ahead and did, kid. Earlier she saw these niggas, they were dressed in black, parking by the driveway where we always threw our garbage at, covering the face. Couldn't figure out what they had planned, but she knew that one of them would carry up a saw in hand. A saw in hand, what she saw at 3 a.m. Started panicking when noticing they saw her by the window. Damn, when it told me to be careful who I hang around with, I could hear her in her voice that she was astounded, aggravated. Why the fuck she gotta go and see this? She the last person that deserved to have this worried feeling. Paranoia having up a party while she never sleeping. Reason why I'm always fucking working and the words I'm screaming. Nigga, that's tough, but I keep my head high, cause I know this minor setbacks only pushing my drive. Made a lot of mistakes, but I always will try. Put my family in luxury before my demise, motherfucker. Nigga, that's tough, but I keep my head high, cause I know this minor setbacks only pushing my drive. Made a lot of mistakes, but I always will try. Put my family in luxury before my demise, motherfucker.
God damn, I see Pops in that S550 right there. Got the El Camino with them things on it too. Specking that 300. Money, cars, clothes, and hoes is all that make it complete, man. All that a nigga ever dreamed of and thought about since he was young.
Toast up with the salute. Rest the riches at a high pursuit. The glisten glamour fantasies as the prime view. Niggas see the TMC rockin' thug style. Bank rolls with the knots make it worthwhile. Marathon for a young nigga's dream. Racks in the middle really painting the scene. Skip the price paid when you lust that full drip. The only way we see the glass half full. Stay scheming for the gleaming. Shoot the money shot with the infrared beaming. Drop top and Rolly watch match a nigga aura. Add the bag, get summed up in nigga morals for the glory, huh? Ball hard through the north, puff the skunk pound. Make a call on the bitch, see what's up now. Amongst the twos and fews, come follow me. Money, cars, clothes, and hoes, wanna keep them by the 3.
Making deposits. I don't really wanna let go of my years, my wallet. No matter how many times they try to step in the way, just know at the end of the day that anyway, any day I get it, just know I'ma get paid.
Triple B dreams from my OGs, regulating on the road to eat, proceed to YGs. Niggas see the TMC, rockin' thug style. Bankroll with the knots, hold them up, wow. Salute, rest the riches at a high pursuit. You listen glamour fantasies at the prime view. Multiply all duckets with the can, burn, pay 11-fold, bended blocks in the bed.
It was triple beam dreams for my OGs. Regulating on the road to eat, proceed to YGs. Multiply all ducats with the can, burn, bay 11-fold, bending blocks in the bins. Risking it all to bang a ball, nigga. Recipe for riches, cause I call him bigger. Based on a true story in the hustler's handbook. Monday to Monday, by the hook of the crook.
Making deposits. I don't really wanna let go of my years, my wallet. No matter how many times they try to step in the way, just know at the end of the day that anyway, any day I get it, just know I'ma get paid. Yeah.
Man, this shit was crazy though. Just Pops handed me the keys to that S550 that he got not too long ago. Man, I ain't think I was gonna be able to ride in a big body like that. That shit was crazy.
Word, bro. That nigga gave you the keys.
Shit,
bro.
he told me to leave the car in the driveway, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, man, I'm just reliving and just doing what the fuck I wanna do.
Nigga over here pulling out thinking he Jay-Z and shit.
Type shit. He just,
that's
you know what I'm saying, motherfucking inspiration to just stay on the agenda of doing what you gotta do now, so that way you can do what you wanna do. Like, man, he would be a epitome of that shit.
Bro, got this in the bag.
100.
I want it all, huh? I want it all, huh? I want it all, huh? I want it all, huh?
All these damn excuses, baby, why you change on me? It's time to face what the truth is, and that's a future you don't see. All these revolutions, yes, we're running round the sun. All these days to sit and talk, and you just can't find one. I am all alone, and you still ain't call my phone. It says to leave a voicemail when I hear that tone. And are you even home? 'Cause we've hit this all-time low, and I'm trying to take things slow, but I ain't got nowhere to go. All these damn excuses, baby, why you change on me? It's time to face what the truth is, and that's a future you don't see. All these revolutions, yes, we're running round the sun. All these days to sit and talk, and you just can't find one. Are you even worth it? Are these feelings even real? It's time to hear the music and tell each other how we feel. Please just let me be. Oh, and please don't message me. You don't wanna be with me, so now you are set free. Ooh. All these damn excuses, baby, why you change on me? It's time to face what the truth is, and that's a future you don't see. All this revolution, yes, we're running around the sun. All these days to sit and talk, and you just can't find one. Running around the sun, running around the sun.
Yeah. Living legend like a star, huh? Living legend like a king, huh? Living legend of the town, huh? The dream team of the league, boy. Living legend like a star, huh? Living legend like a king, huh? Living legend of the town, huh? The dream team of the league, boy.
These rappers are looking for a mention. They told me to ride the wave. Well, nigga, I've been waving like I'm looking for attention. Never been a loner, but a soldier out on sun. So many niggas, you would have thought I was a sperm donor. Ha! Oh yes, don't you know I trap lines like a clumsy cokehead? I'm going schizo, call me Larry Sabisco, a living legend. What you spit ain't even impressive, nigga. I've been descended from heaven for raising hell. stop reaching. Niggas brought knives to a fight. I came to break you niggas up like this is Beat It. I'm too real for you. Fuck these paralyzed niggas, but don't worry, cause I feel for you. I pull up like what's happening. This rap game just became a young class. I'm playing Billy Madison. These rappers ain't even worth a sentence. All that kumbaya shit ain't breathing off my shit.
Okay, my niggas hit the strip, then we hit your bitch, fuck the ops. I just hit a lick, I be 50 deep, I never ran, and I never told, put that on my kids. From the bottom up, that's just what I know. Glove for that thing in the glove. Yeah, we with the shit. Homegirl asked for a dub, but she a dub and shit. Ask anybody wanna hit before I finish it. I ran it back, but they act like they wasn't feeling it. She used to do it for the vine, now she's just a dancer. I finesse a homie, you romancer. Allen Iverson, living legend, yeah, I'm the answer. They see I got it, perform the record, they put their hands up. I report the real like a news clip. My old shit, probably better than your new shit. My new shit, Kobe Bryant on draft day. I'm blowing L's, you see that stress all in my ashtray. Living legend like a star, huh? Living legend like a king, huh? Living legend of the town, huh? The dream team of the league, boy. Living legend like a star, huh? Living legend like a king, huh? Living legend of the town, huh? The dream team of the league, boy.
The boy here, now I'm ready to post up. Never back down, got the toast and coat cuts. More scars, more crime, it's all sinister. Rattlesnake era, the stunner with cold finisher. I came in just to add up the pressure. Money involved, I wanna make mine a treasure. My mind is clever. Shoot 9 times or better, my aim is swift. I got 9 lives forever. That's a living legend in the books. Time's of essence, my rhymes are blessing. You niggas are shook. You do it for lights, I do it for crooks. You do it for pics, I been in Savage 4 while I doing the chooks. Call me as a bitch, revenge is all in the plan. Kept it low for a minute, your bitches holding my hand. Tweeting all of her problems, you niggas can be the man. She saying the boy to fly, she calling me Peter Pan.
Yeah. I do this for family. I would manage any man that needs to try and come manage me. Hung around the tree like a canopy. Now I settle like manatees, all alone in the sea. I was dismantling swordfishes and fighting dragons. The agony of it, telling me fuck it like I'm bound to go and suck in this fuck shit. Yeah, this rap shit. What the fuck's that shit? This act shit. This rap with rips, clips, clicks, and trap shit. And I'm a sucker for all that. I used to hold the work under the lifts of my ball cap. I tried to make it rain, but I would rush for it all back. I learned my fucking lesson. I ball without the question. Like, where's AI? Underlay, mommy, EI. 24s rush to the wheels like T.I. All you fucking average Joes come meet G.I. Later alligators on my feet like C.I. Don't wanna be, you wanna be just a wallaby. Try and see what's under my pouch. You fucking gotta be kidding me. You belittle me, you little kittens, that's a pussy. The smallest pussy, I'm born to kill you, don't ever push me. Terminator, my fucking laser is Schwarzenegger. I was always playing Omega, PS4 to a Sega. Lega, I'ma see you later. Heisman Trophy on my latest hater. Sweet, and that's a nice view. Something like not two. I'm your best day in your life, plus times 2. I don't never try when I write. What a fuck move. Y'all don't even care when you bite, and that's a tough chew. 4 horsemen, laugh now, cry later. All flavors, all bars, all catered. All punches lined up, arcaded. First single, nice jingle, bitch face it.
Living legend like a star, huh?
Gotta get this party lit.
It's better this way. I'm glad you're gone. It's better this way. I'm glad you're gone. Hey, it's better this way. Scrolling through Instagram posts that you once made, thinking about our love we shared back in the day. Remembering all of those promises turned into lies now. Now you're out, and I'm going out of my mind. I'm glad you're gone. You broke the Gemini's heart. Hey, you broke the Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke the Gemini's heart. Ooh, you broke the Gemini's heart. I'm glad you're gone. Gemini's heart. You broke the Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke the Gemini's heart. You broke the Gemini's heart. Why did you go? You should've stayed.
Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Why did you go? You should have stayed. Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm free as a bird. I do what I want. Don't answer to no one. I sip and I puff. I do as I please. Don't give a fuck. You really messed up. You lost a good thing. Don't try to come back now. There's nothing left for me to say, but I'm glad you're gone. You broke a Gemini's heart. Yeah, you broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. Whoa, Gemini's heart. I'm glad you're gone. Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. I know this might sound crazy, like I'm going out my mind, but this is the aftermath of her. The heart of a Gemini. I'm glad you go. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. I'm glad you go. Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. It's better this way. You broke a Gemini's heart. You broke a Gemini's heart. Why did you go? You should have stayed. Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Why did you go? You should have stayed. Took your loving away. Why did you leave? You were my everything. You made my life complete. Yeah. Baby, you're so beautiful. I don't want nobody else to tell you different. I need you right here with me, even though my niggas think that I'm crazy. I don't mind if you're a little overweight. I prefer to have something I can hold on to. No, no, no. Your imperfections make me love you more. I don't care what people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Yeah, together, girl, forever. You're my world. No one will ever tear us apart. Just tell me what you need. I promise you will see. I love you just the way that you are, the way that you are. Baby, you're so beautiful. I just love your pretty eyes. Man, I love the way you smile. Oh yeah, I'll give you what you want. You don't need to change a thing. You're the perfect one for me. You won't ever be alone. You will always have a home. I won't ever do you wrong. We've been together, girl, forever. You're my world. No one will ever tear us apart. Nobody's gonna tear us. Just tell me what you need. I promise you will see. I love you just the way that you are. Love you just the way that no one. Just tell me what you need. I promise you will see. I love you just the way that you are, the way that you are.
It's called emotion. Yeah, you gotta love it, and it's between us, never for the club. Fight
fighting and the yelling and the fussing. Cause we can handle the personalities. You got flavor and versatility. So much patience to work it out with me. Now I'm the man that I'm really proud to be. So I get it now, I really understand. And I don't ever want to see you with another man. As far as our future, man, I got some other plans. One day at a time, every step that we can. Do the prayers for our pain, cause every day is hard. And I'll make sure I always listen to your heart. And who would have thought we would make it this far? Maybe cause I love you just the way that you are.
Girl, forever, you're my no one will ever tear us apart. Oh, just tell me what you need. I promise you will see. I love you just the way that you are. We've been together, girl, forever. You're my world. No one will ever tear us apart. Just tell me what you need. I promise you will see. I love you just the way that you are. The way that you are.
Holy shit, we back. So hey, why you not turning on? Hey, we're here. Woohoo! This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone. So, in case you missed it, right, guys? We had music from Cilla. We had Young Panera Bread.
Fire.
Yeah, you didn't believe me when I said that. That youngster, 20-year-old young buck from Jersey, he gon' kick it. He gonna get it.
That's it. He is. I was like, what? Young Panera.
Yo, Young Panera Bread.
Right, Young Panera Bread. And then you played that track earlier. I was like, what? This is fire.
So I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, right? So I went to a show in Jersey. Yes, it was COVID friendly, guys. Excuse me. Shout out to Thorough Entertainment and of course my homegirl Danny Ray, who invited me to come to her show. And she gave me a place to stay because we played literally Harold and Kumar, went to White Castle trying to find somewhere to eat.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going back to New York after that. So
especially in Jersey where everything I feel like closes so early.
Yo, even the diner was closed. I'm like, son. So mind you, being from New York, you're a little more critical of music because it's always around you, right? And everyone's always saying like, yo, you trash, you this, you need to fix this EQ, or you need to soften this, right? So I'm here, I'm very whatever. So I was going in my photo mode so I could support my homegirl, make her a little something for her little hosting. Oh, I didn't say little hosting, not like that. Yo, she's a beast. Stop. But I was trying to do like a little video. And I'm not gonna lie, some artists don't hit. We're not putting names out, we're not doing that. I'm not in petty mode tonight. I just had the best brownie ever. Thank you, Ray.
Yo, the smile and the glow from that brownie is real.
Yo, that's how you know I'm such a fat ass, but
nah, brownies are life.
Yo. But I had my head down, right? And me and Ray was there, so we talked a lot of shit. We didn't mean to, but it's just when me and Ray are together, because we're not together often because of the distance, especially when Danny Ray's around, the petty siblings come out. It's a Scorpio and a fucking Gemini with a fucking my moon is my moon is Scorpio. Whew. No, my moon is Libra and my other one is Scorpio.
So you have like the whole
trifecta fuckery inside me. Somehow gets along with Danny Ray Scorpio and Ray Scorpio. So we're talking shit, and then Young Panera Bread come out of nowhere. He did a feature with someone, didn't catch, my attention totally because the other artist did, right? Because he's another one. He's another dope one, right? Because he was a feature on someone else's and he performed, right? So he did the I'ma stay back because I'm a feature thing, And then out of nowhere, I hear, you better put some motherfucking respect on my man's name. Better clap louder. Some shit like that. some whole
ultimate
shit
hype
like
man.
that. So, and then he goes, I don't care what you do, you fucking a bitch, you're doing this, you're doing that, blah, blah, blah. As long as you love what the fuck you're doing. I was like, okay, keep talking. You're a little cocky, but keep talking. And then the bars came.
And that was it.
And I sat there. Eventually I had to talk with him too. Like, he's really dope. You know, a young kid coming out of Jersey doing this thing too. Like he said, like he goes and like humbly spoke to me too, like, yo, if I, you know, I'll come to New York for an interview, this and that. So like it goes to show like a lot, like,
for sure, when you're ready and you want to go after it, how down you are, you know, for the
yeah.
opportunity.
So it was all dope. The event was dope overall, you know, and seeing a different like music scene as opposed to ours, you know, because you've been around.
Yeah.
You've seen it all.
For
like
sure.
It's petty. It's really petty in the end of the day. It's like, bro, they're beefing over some shit, stupid shit, like who fucked someone's bitch, bro?
Right, like when that's an everyday problem in everyday people's lives.
I'm like,
but I want to know how young Panera Bread came up with his name. Like, did he just, was he sitting in Panera Bread? Did he love Panera Bread?
So come to see, right? His name is Greg Panaranda. So Panera Anda.
So he just like kind of had like a play off of his last name.
Yeah.
Got you. I like that.
I like it though. It's marketable. And he gave me a bracelet.
Yo, and he can also probably get a crazy sponsorship from Panera Bread one day.
Yo,
get on that ASAP.
Yo, seriously, young Panera. And then remember, when we speak this into fruition, I want like 5% in free Panera.
Right. I want free PB&J and a go-gurt from them.
And the salad and the soups.
Oh, the bread bowl is so good.
Oh my god. But before that was your music break though. We had Cilla, we had Young Panera Bread, Jamel Dion from Vegas, Rosa Nice Revolution. She's from PA, right?
Yep, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Rosa.
We have Living Legends, Ray Pearson, Bronx MC, chilling in North Bergen right now. Songful Soul Voice here from Brooklyn, Gemini's Heart, and finally Michael Bostic, Love You the Way You Are, off a love story EP. We still got more music to go, but we got some topics here, right? So we got Inauguration tomorrow.
Ooh,
yo, I'm very excited to see though J-Lo and Lady Gaga performing.
Are they going to be performing together, or is it like two separate performances? Like, was it like a Shakira J-Lo moment, or is it like...
I don't know. Like, it wasn't really told as to how that would happen, but that would be crazy to see fucking J-Lo and Lady Gaga come out of nowhere.
Hell yeah. And to like collaborate on a performance would be epic. Like, I'm excited to see that.
But I feel like J-Lo is just making moves all together because J-Lo did do the last Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know...
I feel like J-Lo, she's just always gonna be, you know, that idol from that Latina idol from, you know, that reps that she's Boricua. So
Jenny
you have that,
block.
you know, and then she reps that she's from New York. So I think that she's always gonna have that crazy fan base, and she's a true performer, you know. When I see her performing live, her dance moves, I mean, I'm not sure if she's like singing during the time that she's like dancing, but I appreciate her craft, because to put on a performance and to like have people truly engaged in what you're doing is something big, you know, as a performer. So definitely big ups to J-Lo. And then Lady Gaga, you already know, like Lady Gaga is a voice and a performer and everything like mixed in one, tied with a bow. So I'm excited for her to see, like, you know, how they could complement each other if they're gonna do a collaboration.
I could see them performing separately for the thing,
Mm-hmm.
for the inauguration, just because like I feel like Lady Gaga has like separate songs that could be won over in an inauguration. I'm not talking about like crazy Lady Gaga. I'm talking about like her
softer self.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I could see the softer Lady Gaga perform, and then I could picture, you know, J-Lo. You know, whatever J-Lo sings is just gonna hit because she has the range.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, J-Lo, I mean, and I'm thinking about it too. I'm like, because I'm thinking about Super Bowl performances and how like dope, you know, they are. But it's like I'm reminding myself now that it's like an inauguration and not like booty shaking hour.
I mean, listen, man. Let's hope, you know. I really don't want to see like the feathers come out for inauguration.
Same.
But if we're gonna recap that Super Bowl performance, yo, that show was wild. First of all, you had like Bad Bunny coming out with J Balvin looking like the uncles from the barbecue with the whole with the whole silver outfit. And Shakira, yo, first of all, it was a whole fact. I was like, wait, is that Bad Bunny and J Balvin?
Right. With J-Lo, like what? And then Shakira, I think the funniest part of the Super Bowl, like
The
that
tongue thing?
replay, yeah, that replays in my mind. What is it? Rent free. I was like, yo, what is that little noise? But I know it's definitely like a tribal like kind of thing that she has going on. But so funny. It was just so caught off guard. Like what?
But I think it matches with her attitude because you always saw that Shakira had that very feisty thing, like you see it in whenever.
We're meant to be together.
The Beautiful Liar, she always had that serious thing, La Tortura. Damn, we're really showing my goddamn age right now.
Those are classics. Classics. If you don't know classic Shakira, are you even a Shakira fan?
You can even the one with Rihanna, the thing to not. Oh fuck! Now I gotta look it up.
That's it.
You the Shakira Rihanna one.
Wait, Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce. No, not Beautiful Liar.
No, yeah, that is Beautiful Liar though. She has a song with Rihanna?
I think she has one.
I gotta hear this and watch if it is. I hear it, I'm like, oh, this track.
I swear to God, it's hold on, no. It's like the one that's like To Remember You or something like that. Wasn't Rihanna in that one?
Damn, let me see.
Yo, I love how we're all looking for this right now.
I know, like. Tell us in the comments.
Like,
does
please.
Shakira have a song with Rihanna? And if so, what is the name? Shakira.
Like it came after Rabiosa. That's the thing.
Can't remember to forget you.
That.
Why can't I remember how this goes? I'm looking at the lyrics and trying to see. Damn. So where you go, I follow. Was it a song, like a soft song? Like a slower song?
It sounded like a rock song mixed with Shakira's type of music.
I feel like I've definitely heard it before. You already know on the way.
I can't remember to forget you.
Shit. I definitely need to listen to this now.
So gonna listen
to this. Yeah, as soon as we log out, I'm gonna be like, yep, we're playing this song now.
Oh man. But
that's legendary though. Rihanna. I miss Rihanna. When is she giving us an album?
Man, I think she's too busy doing Fendi.
Yo, she's making her coins. That's what I was talking about before. Like having that control when you get to a certain point and really, you know, making yourself financially free for real. Not owing nobody shit.
But I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping to see honestly what President Biden and Kamala Harris have in store. Being Puerto Rican, right? Do you feel like with them being into office, because I know for a fact, you know, being my family, I have brothers that are Greek immigrants that have not been able to have the fortune to come into the States, you know, legally.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like with Biden and Kamala coming in, it might be easier now for the undocumented to come in?
I mean, it's a tough, like, you know, it's a tough topic in the sense of there being two like sides to, you know, what's going on. At the end of the day, everybody that lives here is actually an immigrant, you know, even though our, like, you know, some parents are born here, but at the end of the day, if you look down your ancestry line, someone did not come from America and probably came here, you know, along the way. But at the end of the day, I think that this is the place where people come to make things happen, you know, and I do know that there's like, you know, small aspects of it being like, oh, well, you know, these people take certain jobs or, you know, have certain benefits that we pay for taxes for and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people flee from the places that they're from because of the horrible things that go down there. And even though America is not the perfect place, it is a lot better than a lot of the other countries that, you know, we've seen around the world, and with things and dictatorships and stuff like that. So I feel like with Kamala and Biden being president and vice president, I do believe that there'll be a better way, like maybe some type of system that they can create that's, I don't know, better, you know, and it not being seen as this whole thing where like Trump had this whole thing about the wall being built and it being such a thing where it's like, why are you, like, you're making it seem like such a hateful thing, you know? And it's not. Some of our greatest, you know, inventions, some of the cures to diseases, all of that have come from the immigrant community. So why, you know, if they're working hard and they're studying and they're doing what they got to do, why can't they come? Why can't they come here? And that's like, if I wanted to go to Canada, why wouldn't they allow me there? You know, like, why is it such a tough process if I really believe in what Canada does and how liberal they are, and you know, the way that their government, you know, takes care of their people and stuff like that. So if I'm looking for a better life somewhere, a better life for my future family, a better place for, you know, for me to live and for me to even have a family in the first place, why shut me out, you know, just because I'm not from here? I think that that's such a messed up thing, you know. But again, it's seen, I know, in the political way, but for me personally, I do hope that they have you know, a better plan to help, because I know that the DREAM Act was something that was huge for people, for immigrants who came and wanted to go to school. So I hope that they can continue to do things like that to just help the community, and then also help them understand, like, you know, how to become an American citizen, and to support in the way that they need everybody to support here, so that we can continue to allow people in.
Okay. So, do you watch wrestling, my love?
I used to.
So, okay, good.
Mhm.
I'm glad you say used to. So clearly we know who The Rock is, right?
For sure, Mr. Dwayne Johnson.
You know, the people's champion.
Mm-hmm.
The man. The jabroni slayer.
The jabroni slayer.
The pie eating.
Do you smell
what The Rock is cooking?
That was my shit. I used to love it. And he used to do people's eyebrow. Get on top with his little so good.
So I found out today, and I was so excited to hear this, that he shared the first look at his new NBC sitcom based on his life.
Yes. He gave like a preview today?
Yeah, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson bring his story into primetime. The 48-year-old actor shared a first look of his show, Young Rock, to Instagram on Saturday. His words, "Ladies and gents, here's your first look at NBC Young Rock," Johnson captured in the post. "I really wish my dad was around to see this one. Man, he would have been proud. And yes, I was clearly kicking puberty that's at 15 years old and becoming a tequila tycoon by the time I was 10. So he shows a picture with the actors.
That are going to be playing him?
Yeah, so they put here's your first look at Young Rock. He tagged, it won't show me who they tagged, but they did show the young actor that did play baby Rock, and of course played his father, Rocky Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So they said Johnson, who serves as one of the show's executive producers, will appear in every episode. The three actors, Bradley Constant, Adrian Grulix, and Uli Latukefu, are playing the global superstar throughout the years. The cast also includes Stacey Leilua, Anna Tusila, Fasitua Amosa, Joseph Lee Anderson, and John Tui. I really hope I'm saying this right, but you could see here even the character looks like, I'm sorry, I can't turn it on.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it does look like
it really looks a little bit like him.
Mm-hmm. They did good casting,
like a 20-year-old Rock,
right?
You know, and I like what they're doing. They're going into the Samoan roots. He goes, "There it is, so excited, ready for some fun. This one is for the dreamers." This was on Tukefu's page. He's really excited to play one of the most iconic wrestlers in history.
Legendary.
So I really find that like really awesome because it does give you a perspective. Like I read the books based on like the biographies of the wrestlers. Like I'm about to read the one I read Daniel Bryan's. I want to read the one with Ric Flair and his daughter. So now, but to see like a comedy thing come out of it, where he gets to teach his story, but at the same time have a laugh because it's not like he was always a serious
guy.
Which
I think for some time, like no, never was serious because I feel like how could he go on and call people jabronis and like be able to like he would give it his character, like his all, but you knew that he had like that like wit to him, that was just always funny and like quick, with the like with what he would say. But I definitely love, like you said too, that he's able to show his personality and also give us like the behind the scenes and like you said, the Samoan roots. Like I know that they've had like a couple of like little documentaries here and there like about his life, but I feel like it was always very like serious and in the eyes of someone else. So for him to be able to like direct
and he's gonna be in it,
which is dope. And he's been doing his acting thing for a while, so I'm excited to see something that stars him and it be a series and not just a movie.
I mean, it's also he is the better of the wrestlers that went into Hollywood. Sorry, Cena.
Sorry. I mean, I feel like Cena always plays a similar like role in every movie that he's in.
No. So, whoa. Let's get this straight. Cena called Rock a sellout.
What?
Back in the wrestling days, right?
Oh, because he went into Hollywood?
Yeah.
And then he went and did the same thing?
He went into the same thing, and let's keep it a buck, right? The only reason he's really making the money he's making is because of the wrestling name.
Right.
Not because of his movie talent, because Cock Blockers was trash. Wasn't he on the Fast and the Furious 2?
I don't even know.
Not number 2, but like one of the series.
Maybe like toward the end.
Yeah, but either way, it wasn't noteworthy enough for me to remember.
Right.
Like he gets all these roles, and they're not noteworthy. And even now, even when he comes back for wrestling, his presence isn't as felt as it once was. So he might as well just throw in the towel. But that's just my opinion. Let the wrestling stance come from me.
How do you feel about his like past relationship with Nikki Bella?
He's a fucking controlling ass creep. I'm sorry. First of all, we already know that like if you know how they used to have him as the face and like do all this Make-A-Wish stuff. Heard he's an asshole behind the scenes.
Damn.
So I'm already expecting if I ever meet him that he would be an asshole.
Yeah.
And I could see it. You could tell if he did that shit with his former fiance, right? Because he's also now married. That's another thing too. Less than a year after you broke up with Nikki,
and you didn't want
marriage, you didn't want all of that, and that was put on a full screen.
Right.
That was put in front of millions of people, and now you getting married secretly. All right, buddy.
I think that's like the epitome of what people say, like when that cliche kind of quote where they say, it's like something saying like if a man is like not gonna do it with you, it's not like that he
didn't want to do it. He just don't want it with you.
Exactly. And that's like the epitome of that. And it sucks because I feel like she really did, love him.
She tried.
And she for a long time too.
Bro, you saw that he had a fucking contract.
Right. Shit's crazy.
I really hope that was just for the sake of the fucking show. Because if you had a contract, if my man ever had a contract for me to fucking live with him, I'd be like, we are definitely through, because I am not following any of this shit.
Deadass. And I'm that same way where it's like, why would you want to have so much control over somebody anyway and like what they do? Imagine Ivy. So every day at 6:45 you have to go to sleep.
And then you got to run on the treadmill like 5 a.m.
And then at 5:10 you have to take pictures of your feet and send them to me. And
don't make an OnlyFans page where you show off your toes or I'll watch you. I know.
Right. So it's just so funny. Little inside joke with that foot pic. But I can't. Like, it's so crazy to see, like, the perception that they place on relationships, and I do hope that, I mean, I know that she's happy, and I'm so happy for her too, that she has her family, and she's married.
Adorable though.
So cute.
I was like, damn. I'm like, but so much cuter than how it would have been seen us.
Right. For real.
Artemisia. Whew. But we're gonna get into one last song before we get into our last topics and our closings. So, you know, we had our little fun, and we're gonna get our little turn up to end our night.
Hey.
So this is Rida from Benny Blanca. Let's go.
Yeah, I just be laughing at niggas. I know I'm stressing them out when I'm working and blowing this ass getting bigger. I just be running game on them. You would think I was out drafting these niggas. I got these niggas I spend their money, would think I was dancing on niggas. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, they be mad next to me, cause my shit always brighter. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, they be mad next to me, cause my shit always brighter. I don't pop pills, but a bitch getting lit though. Met in the summer, he might got potential. No te conoce, después no me meto. Yo soy un mujer de negocio y peso. He wanted my mommy, he blowing me besos. Ignoring his calls that he didn't get the hint though. You don't wanna play with me, hold that te quieto. I ain't really did something wrong with my mental. I see the bitch don't feel sentimental. Bitch, I'm tough, need a man who ain't gentle. Play these niggas like a damn instrumental, man. Fuck these flowers like hundreds as petals. Can't get high with me, there's levels. Fuck out her cause he's not me, can't settle. Stay right round your nigga neck like a metal. Cold world, send your nigga home with my sweater. Yeah, I just be laughing at niggas. I know I'm stressing them out when I'm working and glowing, this ass getting bigger. I just be running game on them. You would think I was out drafting these niggas. I got these niggas out spending their money, would think I was dancing on niggas. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, they be mad next to me, cause my shit always brighter. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, they be mad next to me, cause my shit always brighter. Bitch, I'm the baddest, don't hate, I get money. Twist so good that my ex is all up. Can't get no hug, treat a nigga like he ugly. Wasn't with me in the mug, can't get nothing from me. Bitch, you a thought you busted for free. Buy my own bag, it ain't nothing to me. Bitch, I'm a GAFU, but ain't keep. Fuck that nigga, getting back to the streets. When I was down, I got back on my feet. Bitch, you a fan, got my song on repeat. He dream about me while you losing your sleep. You bitches pussy, you call the police. Y'all niggas too, saw the papers and receipts. Can't trust no one, no matter what it be. I got a thing for the money, can't cheat. I don't got time for a nigga, you can leave. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, be mad next to me, my shit always brighter. Yeah, he wanna fuck with a rider. You hoes be fast with a nigga, he waiting on me, know this pussy is tighter. Bitches be sucking my dick, talking shit, have my niggas open your mouth wider. Bitches don't want me to smile, be mad next to me, my shit always brighter.
And we are back.
Ivy, I'm gonna need you to grab the fire extinguisher, cause that shit was fire.
Woo!
Fire.
Man,
This DTF, it's on fire. It's on fire right now.
Yo, it is on fire right now. Once again, this is Welcome to the Raw Zone, sponsored by Talent Wave here at DTF Radio. Follow the gang, follow everyone, follow every production, follow all the nonsense. Click subscribe. You guys been fucking with us all night. Please click subscribe. Please click the bell. Support your creators. Support the artists. You know, it's always about you guys. It's about making sure everyone gets the flowers they get while the fuck they're still here. Speaking of getting flowers, we need to get... So, Super Bowl's coming up. And once again, we're making strides with female. Sarah Thomas is in the headlines to be the first female to officiate at the Super Bowl.
What?
And NFL's first female official is making history again. Sarah Thomas will cap her 6th NFL season by becoming the first female to officiate the Super Bowl in NFL history. Thomas, a down judge, is part of the officiating crew announced Tuesday by NFL. Sarah Thomas has made history again as the first female Super Bowl official, said Troy Vincent Sr. the NFL's executive vice president of football operations. I know I read that totally wrong. My bad, yo. Her elite performance and commitment to excellence has earned her the right to officiate the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Sarah on this well-deserved honor. The crew includes umpires Fred Bryan, line judge Rusty Bain, field judge James Coleman, side judge Eugene Hall, back judge Gino Paganelli, and replay official Mike Wimmer. The crew has 88 of NFL experience with 77 combined playoff games. So for this, we're already making strides as women, and we already said as it is, it's hard to be a woman to make it in any industry. But for a woman to not, we always talk about, oh, the women want to play football. Nah, the big thing is who's the one making the calls. In the end of the day, if your play sucks, and now you got a female in the forefront calling it for you, what? Man, shout out to the females really fucking doing this shit.
For real, man, that just makes me so happy. And again, just like goes to show that, little by little, baby steps, that things are changing and opening up and opportunities are opening up. So I hope that people's minds continue to open up in that same way so that more opportunities and more people can continue to, start something that's going to create a legacy forever, and something that's going to continue to allow other people to know that they can do it too.
So has the playoffs actually been decided for this year's Super Bowl? Because I know I'm a little behind on sports because I mostly watch wrestling.
Same. I don't really keep up too much with football. I know, like, I watch basketball more. But same. I'm not even sure.
But all I am excited for, other than this particular instance, is the Weeknd performing the halftime show.
Oh my goodness. Did you see his new visual that he put out recently?
You mean with his fake face? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was like watching it, but like the face was just getting me the whole time. I was like, it was like a scary movie.
So that's like that's it right there. So the Weeknd worked with a horror film director for the majority of the last set of, I guess it's the last set of videos. For because he said he was gonna put almost a visual for every song. And it's gonna off the After Hours album, and it was gonna have visuals from different like horror styles, because it was his escape from Vegas pretty much. And his breakup with Bella. Yes, I am a giant Weeknd fan. I have an autograph. I've stalked him quite a few times. Yes. I have a tattoo on my ankle. That's how serious it was.
Yeah.
I followed him since 2012.
Since before, yeah. I have a friend named Leslie who actually had put me onto him. And she like went to a concert all the way out in Boston, I think it was, just to see him. And we drove out there, and I was like, all right, you go to your concert, and then when you're done, I'll be here. But for some reason, and I don't know, I don't like fuck with his style, but it to me sounds kind of like Michael Jackson.
So the voice, yeah.
Yes. But him overall, like the way that he, like from back then, like his
you gotta remember, so back then it was a dark type of style, right? And so I could say that because if you go through whatever he's gone through and to make the music that he makes and the pain music he makes, because that's where you could have defined his first 3 mixtapes, right?
Right.
Pain music. That was,
and really kind of starting that, like, for a lot of other people, because I feel like he was one of the first people to come out in the way that he made his music, and it being that like pain music with his own sound. So I feel like he kind of like opened that up to like XXXTentacion and like all of these other really like dope artists who kind of create that same kind of music. Not same in the sense of like the sound wise, but more of like that pain music.
Yeah, and even now, like with his new project, I appreciate his last 2 projects as well. Like, I wasn't a fan of Starboy, and I've always said that. I wasn't a big fan of it because I felt like that was too studio,
Too commercial, yeah.
too commercial, too like we knew this was from the label.
Mm-hmm.
My Dear Melancholy gave you back the whole deepness of what it was. But even after the breakup and once everything happened, like you could still like he was able to finally, I guess maybe that was the catapult for him to mix the commercial
Mm-hmm.
with what he does.
Right.
Because you could tell even in the visuals he always had the horror aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also tell that in the music that he brought it in.
Right.
It was a different level of intensity that you would get outside of like other shit.
And more like raw.
Yes. So I'm really appreciate like I'm glad to see that someone like him is actually headlining Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring to that to that day and that performance.
But we are reaching unfortunately the end of the night.
Already?
I'm so sad.
I know, same. I'm having so much fun.
Man, maybe you could come co-host one of these days.
Yeah, I would love that. You already know.
Woohoo! So, final thoughts on everything. Like how like on the topics of, you know, your music. If you without your music, who would you be?
Without my music, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be like as happy, but do you mean like as far as like like career wise, like what would I be doing if I didn't have
So
music
think of
or
it like this. It's like when people say without for me, for an example, right? If I wasn't taking my photos and if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I wouldn't be anything.
Mhm.
I can't picture life not doing what I'm doing.
For sure. And for me it's that same thing. I mean, I was working, that not even 9 to 5 like kind of job, but what artists consider like, oh, what do you do to basically like pay for your dream, right? And I was doing that for a while, and last year, when I lost my job, like when COVID started, I kind of took that moment and like thought to myself, like, what have I been doing this whole time? Like, have I even really been happy not giving as much time to the one thing that I'm doing all of this for? Like, how is it that I'm ever going to have the time to really dive in the way that I want to if I'm too busy making somebody else's pockets bigger, and really focusing on trying to do my best with that, because I'm not the type of person that if I take on something, I never ever ever could give it half ass. Like it's always 120 or nothing, So if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not going to like indulge myself into it. And managing for me for a while, for like, the past 10 years, kind of like I loved it because I was able to connect with really cool people. I was able to network with people and at the same time teach people how to be better at something and to educate them and to give them life advice at the same time. I kind of felt like a guidance counselor, but in like retail. And it was a whole bunch of different things, with just connecting with people makes me really happy. So I couldn't I couldn't see my life, like you said, without that connection of performing and that connection of making music and that connection of creating things that hopefully inspire other people and make people think.
My love, in the meantime, where can, thank you so much for being with me. This was so much fun. I'm so glad that I finally met you in person. I thought you were a
Same.
ghost after a while. Like I didn't think like you were real.
Right.
Excuse me. You seem too good to be true.
Thank you so much. Honestly, you already know the minute I came out of the elevator, I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
Slow mo run.
It
to
was like
hug.
it was like the hug, man. It was all there. I was like, oh my god.
No, but for real, Ivy, thank you so much for having me tonight. It is always a pleasure talking to you, always a vibe, as I said. And thank you. Continue doing your thing and giving opportunities to artists like myself and just being real on the roar.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So next week we have I don't so yeah. So next week on Rawrrzone, we got Cortez, the infamous battle rapper, coming into the motherfucking building. Tune in this week. We got the 6 p.m. sip with myself and Katya, one and only, on my Instagram live at IamIvy.xo_. We let's see what else is the fucking going on this week because there's too much shit going on. Make sure you stay tuned for game night with Mikey and Nelly. That's cross-platform podcast between myself and the Jobber Tears community. We also got next week we have the interview with Cortez. We got we have an interview with Marcus Crenshaw and Ronnie. I'm so sorry. Like I'm running on E, guys. My promo just went to shit.
No worries.
Crap. I just taking names down. Ronnie Mitchell, Marcus Crenshaw will be in the building for Inside the Rawrrzone segment on the 27th at 12 p.m. We're also, doing a crossover giveaway with Bal Cosmetics and the Refined Apothecary.
Hey.
All you gotta do is just follow the instructions on the Rawrrzone Instagram. Tag 3 friends, share it to your story. This is simple shit. Valentine's Day coming up. Don't you want like a beauty kit for your girl or like some beard stuff for your man's or whoever you love, or
that's it.
You want to give it to a puppy for all I care? No, don't give it to puppies. But
not the puppies.
Not the puppies. Yeah. Where's my stimmy, Danny Ray? That's an inside joke. But to end the night, we're gonna end the night with Vacation from Naj the Great, featuring Loki from Detroit. Dope individuals. Until then, guys, please stay blessed. Please be careful tomorrow. While tomorrow could be a joyous occasion, it could also be a bad one. So please stay safe.
Yeah, guys.
Please wear your mask. I know it's hypocritical for us to say sitting here right now with no mask on, but I can't.
I pulled out the receipts. It's like, yo, you need to see my COVID results. I got you.
I was like, you need to see it. Not that it explains much, but please wear your mask. Please be careful. Please hold on to your loved ones.
At least too.
Tell your loved ones you love them, because it seems like life is way too short lately.
For sure.
It's 2021. Please stop the petty. I'm sorry. I feel like I have to keep saying this every week. But on that note, let's get this Not So Great on.
Let's go.
See, I'ma roll it up and light it in a spaceship. I've been feeling like I needed a vacation, and I can't let the little things stress me. I just wanna live my life stress free. So why you stressing? I be hopping up a jet straight flexing, and you can't run and find another. I'm the best thing. And I can see the love in your eyes. I know you want me, but I know you down for the ride, so put it on me.
Who won't smoke? I won't go, yeah. I know that y'all boys broke, but I ain't tell those folks, yeah. I'm from the bottom of the trenches, it get ugly, baby. I got that image, so I got rich, and know you love me, baby. Oh yeah, it's low key to 5 on the back down, yeah. I can show you how to make 10 with the slides, yeah. If I'm broke, girl, I just improvise, yeah. Don't pay attention, girl, I never mind. It's money that they televise. I see it coming cause it's telegraphed, girl, I'm doing better, man. Hella pad on the crib, it's forever there, yeah. Young getting rich, you can tell it's bad. You can tell it's getting lethal, how you moving, how you dressing, how I'm stepping at your study in this weather.
See, I'ma roll it up and light it in a spaceship. I've been feeling like I needed a vacation, and I can't let the little things stress me. I just wanna live my life stress free. So why you stressing? I be hopping up a jet straight flexing, and you can't run and find another. I'm the best thing. And I can see the love in your eyes. I know you want me, and you can't catch me by with any other. Red dog got me feeling like a battle glove, and I don't want the tip. I can't have no fun with it. Like Grady said, going, I'ma blow with. I can't let this get you out the picture. If I called you twice, then you know I missed you. You keep leaving me on earth. Should've known I had to go into my feelings of good ceilings. And if I give up, it's the end of us. You said this time I earned your trust, but you turned your back when things got rough. See, I'ma roll it up and light it in a spaceship. I've been feeling like I needed a vacation, and I can't let the little things stress me. I just wanna live my life stress free. So why you stressing? I be hopping up for just straight flexing, and you can run and find another. I'm the best